Well, we're entering into exciting days here at Christ Church all over again. Just a few Sundays ago, we had standing room only at a Sunday morning worship service at 11:15. And the rule of thumb is generally this, that when you are 80% full, it gives the impression to anybody who's visiting that you really are crowded. It's not easy to find a place. So we are in a position now to have to think through how to continue to develop and grow the worship because of the growing nature of our worship in Wilson Hall. We started about 25 years ago, meeting in a conference room at the Sewickley Country Inn. A year later, we were at Moon Area High School in their auditorium, and again using their classroom space, turning the auditorium into a kind of a church, and we worshiped there for a year. In those 2 years, we purchased this property where we now worship and built a sanctuary, which was the Wilson Hall with the cafe atrium and everything that's underneath it. And we had plenty of space when we built it. We actually built the church. This is an interesting concept. We built the church for the people who weren't there. We built enough space to have others come in. And wonderfully, over the next decade, we moved to 3 services on Sunday morning and a Saturday night service in Wilson Hall. And that went through a series of changes from 1 service to 2 services to 3 services and a Saturday night service. That led to the decision to build our sanctuary, our large sanctuary, which again, we built for the people who weren't there. And as we developed our worship service and style, we moved to a very contemporary service in Wilson Hall. We actually went to 4 services, 2 in the sanctuary and 2 in Wilson Hall. A diverse kind of worship, attracting different groups of people, which was another way to reach out and grow. Behind all this is our desire to please Jesus and continue to invite people to the cross, to surrender their lives to Him, nurture them in discipleship, and that's been happening over these years. But come Easter Sunday this year, we're going to 2 services, both in the sanctuary. Last year, as well as at Christmas time, we had standing room only and people turned away from worship in Wilson Hall. So what we're anticipating now is providing space on Easter Sunday with a Saturday evening service as well for everyone to be able to gather and worship and to have enough space. So we'll have 2 services, 9 o'clock and 11:15. But here is the major change that we're going to have to deal with, because we've been used to flexing when it's been Christmas or Easter in particular. Beyond Easter, our dream is, and we've been planning this and thinking this through and praying it through, both as a staff and with the parish council. We are going to go permanently to 2 Sunday morning services in the sanctuary, 9 o'clock and 11:15. 9 o'clock will be our more traditional service and 11:15 our more contemporary service. And through the miracle of our staff and their ingenuity, we're anticipating to create a Wilson Hall style service, an atmosphere, ambience, so that we can all worship together according to those worship styles, but creating more space for more people to come to find Christ or to join themselves to our church family and to continue to grow. So we're putting that before you right now and trust that by God's grace that it will take some grace on our part, especially for those of you who really do not enjoy having your service time changed, to flex with this and to be a part of what we trust that God is calling us to.